All right, Tables, Jeff Lindsay back in the garage. We're gonna pull this shell. And we're gonna start doing a little work on it. With our little homemade door puller. Let's see how this thing works. Trying not to bore you with bolt turning too bad. Just thought we'd try a little something different. Maybe it'll work out. Kind of been messing around with the video stuff, editing part of it. Let's see what we can do. Pull this thing out of here with our little homemade jack. Cradle. Yeah, that works out pretty good. I think we've got a couple of bolt holes. I know one we're going to have to end up either welding up or re-drilling. One of them stripped out inside that door jamb for the hinges. I don't remember which one, but we'll figure it out. But the main thing now is to try to get this door shell fixed up a little bit. So when we get this thing up, we'll bring you back. All right, Tables, we got the door shell on the stand, and we're gonna go around this thing good and see. We know that this is our problem area, so we're gonna straight edge this thing out, take a few measurements. And while we got it off, we'll definitely spray epoxy in and around and about anywhere there's bare metal. It'll give us a good opportunity to do a little work to the shell while we got that new skin laying there. And I think we're gonna be fine with that, like we said. So we will get to work and see exactly what we need to do. There's a couple of bad spots down there. So one right in there. We're going to patch that. More patch work. So we're going to try to save this thing. I think they're $600 or $700 if you buy one. So we've got the new door mechanism already in there. One thing I was noticing about this rod, when you try to open the door, and I had it adjusted out pretty good, when you try to open that door, I think these rods tend to stretch in these bend areas. And it looks like there's a little bend there, and then of course there's a 90 there. The best I remember years and years ago from other cars that had this same rod pull type deal, they'll stretch a little and it makes it kind of hard. I could engage that handle from the inside all the way back and then just take and move this just a little with my finger and it would pop that door. So that rod is definitely stretched. I'm sure they're available, but I feel like I can probably whip that back into shape where it'll work good enough. Hopefully, we'll see. We're going to assess this door shell a little bit and see where we're at and what we need to do. And when we have a little progress, we'll bring you along. All right, YouTube. Jeff Lindsay in the garage. It is February the 8th in the afternoon. And we're just kind of out messing around with this door skin, or actually the door shell. And we're going to take off a little bit of this damaged area right in here and here. And weld us in a couple of pieces of flat. Just make it look a little better and get a couple of those little rusty spots out. So we'll cut us out some stuff and we'll turn it back on and show you what we cut out. And this is all stuff, you know, you've seen other folks do. You've seen me do some of this kind of stuff. Won't bore you to death with it. We'll kind of fast forward through this stuff mostly. And then we'll get down there on the corner. And that's where we're going to have the issues. we'll probably take that corner outside piece back off and maybe make another solid piece, because there's actually 2 pieces in that. We'll see, but we'll bring you back when we have some progress. All right, so we're just working along here, making a couple of patches. We got a little spot here we got to come back over on that edge there. The welder's giving me a little trouble. It hadn't run in months and months and months, and it's not wanting to run on the lower settings. It's running, it's just not welding. I'm sure there's spider webs and cobwebs and things. I need to go in there and clean that welder out good. But I've been spot welding on a little bit higher setting than normal, but it's kind of making a mess. But I can clean these up. It's just making it a little tougher than it needs to be. But we'll get these couple of little patches in and cleaned up good, and we'll jump on that corner. We'll bring you along. October, February the 10th, back in the shop, patching the door panel, door shell. Got one more patch in and ground down right here, and that's what we're running into right here. When the skin was on it and that lip was folded around, you really just couldn't tell until I got all this off and started cleaning it up. But there's a couple more bad spots like this, and we'll patch, and then we're gonna work on that corner some. And we'll fit the skin a time or two and see what it looks like, and hopefully it'll work out. So when we have a little progress, we'll bring you along. All right, guys, February 11th in the afternoon, we decided to come out and work on the shell. We decided to put a longer piece in here. And the reason why is this edge, as it came down, it worked up like this. Of course, not that far, but it worked up and came up a little short of the door skin. When I test fit the skin just to see kind of where we were at with this edge, it was going to be really short, not much to fold and catch, maybe a quarter of an inch at the most. So I decided I would come along here and extend this out, and then we'll just straight edge from each corner and make our mark and cut this back so that we'll have some meat there for that skin to fold around, if that makes sense. So we started welding along here, and something, like I said earlier, something's going on with the welder other than being out of wire. I'm gonna take a few minutes, take this thing apart and clean it out real good and just see if I can figure out what's going on. This is a very, very old Miller-Matic 210, but it's never given me any trouble to speak of. So something's going on the lower voltages. 1, 2, and 3. I can't get any power through those settings. Only on 4, and that's way too hot to be welding this sheet metal. I can do it, but every now and then you'll blow through, and then you got to back it with it. It's just too aggravating. So we're gonna see if we can figure out what's going on with the welder this afternoon, and we'll be back on the door shell as soon as possible. All right, we're back. We got our piece finished. We got it ground down smooth. We laid our straight edge corner to corner, and we've got our line scribed. I know it's kind of hard to see, probably, but it's there. We got our line scribed across there, and what we're gonna do now is whack-a-do that piece off. And I really probably should have come on out a little further, because it's probably 3/16 or so, according to the straight edge, corner to corner. I don't know. We'll whack that off, test fit the skin on this piece, and if we need to, we can take a little bit more off. We'll see. I'll bring you right back and we'll check on it. All right, we'll see if we can whack this off with the air gun. If not, we'll take the cutter and do it. I think we're gonna be fine right here. like that done. Alright, we'll test fit the skin and bring you back. Alright, after checking the time that we've got, the video pieces we're going to put together, we got 11 or 12 minutes, and I know anything over that kind of gets tough to watch, especially when it ain't much, nothing going on. Anyway, we're going to upload this one, and we'll just make a second part. And again, I know this is something that everybody sees if you just look around for it. A lot of people have done this, and I'm probably not the best one in the world at doing it. I do have a question though for Mark at Second Gen and maybe Russ. It looks like the top of this door shell right here has got a little more of a S bend than the panel. I'm just wondering, you know, will that squeeze in? I think it'll squeeze in and fold over. But anyway, if you have done that before in that area with one of these aftermarket skins and it worked out good, just let me know. But we'll put this one up and then we'll just do a part 2 and we'll knock it out. We don't like too much being able to put the skin on, so we'll roll with that. All right, appreciate everybody watching and commenting on the video. We'll get after it.